Hello everyone! Since many people in the game don't know much about X abilities, or even ask about them on Reddit or even on my channel, I'm going to tell you everything about them that comes to my mind. First of all, every champion has two X abilities. There is no rule what skills will have an X version, but X ability can be on every of the basic skills that don't cost energy. X abilities are basically changed, upgraded, or different abilities. Basically, for the cost, which is 25 energy, they give you new possibilities, new advantages to use on the battlefield. Now let's give you some examples. Poloma, for example, has X abilities on space and her Q. And her abilities are kind of upgraded versions. Because in a normal situation, her Q simply panics. It doesn't deal damage, doesn't do anything except inflicting interrupt. But the X version actually involves health drain, which deals damage and heals her too. So for the cost you pay, you basically get better skill. Space of her looks just the same. It basically heals an ally or deals damage to enemy. Can be recasted for her to teleport to the target location. But the X version simply deals more damage, heals more, and also swaps with whoever is the target. So she can use it for different situations, like for example getting close to different enemy or swapping with teammates if they are in the danger. Rook, on the other hand, has different abilities on his X. For example, his basic attack is simple damage, right? But the X ability is Eat. It doesn't do any damage, it just heals him. So it's a different ability, totally different from a basic attack. And then for RMB, it's also different. Crushing Blow is like a slam, it deals damage, applies armor break. But the X ability is a mid-bolt. It's like a projectile that has different effect, looks differently. It's just an ranged attack that gives you the advantage of, for example, being able to snipe someone. I hope you follow this concept. Basically, X idea is to give you something more, like advantage of using something better, stronger, or different that would come useful in a situation that you normally wouldn't encounter. For example, Iva's E, it's a spell block. It doesn't do damage, it just spells block and only stuns when someone casts an ability. But the X ability, X version of it, is a concussion shot. It just does instant damage and incapacitates for so much longer time. I mentioned earlier the cost of 25, but there are some champions, there are actually two of them in the game, that have cost of 50 on their X abilities. For example, Ashka, and second is Iva. Both of them have cost of 50. In general, the cost of the abilities depend on power of them. So if something, for example, deals a lot of damage or has new properties like Ashka's X space that heals her, for example, then the cost will be increased because the power of the skill in a normal battle is quite OP. The purpose of the video is not really to show you all the X abilities, it's just the idea behind them, that they are different. They might look the same, they might behave the same as basic abilities, but they might be different skills on the other hand, and or have different bonus properties. To conclude, X abilities are different or upgraded versions of your basic skills. I mean different because they can look totally different than what you can usually use. They cost usually 25 energy, but like I mentioned, there are some champions which use more of it. The idea behind X abilities is to simply use some of your ulti charges. For example, to not use ulti and use other abilities that will come useful at that certain moment. Ultis are usually about, I don't know, powerful damage abilities. but in a situation, in a battle, you won't need to use it, you won't need the damage, but you for example would need more CC or something that has longer range than a basic skill. And that's it about X abilities. I believe I repeated myself a lot, but the concept behind X abilities is quite simple. There doesn't need to be much explanation done. They are basically different, upgraded, and that's it. So if you like the video, please thumb it up, subscribe to my channel if you're not following it yet, and if you have any questions related to what is in this tutorial, just please ask in the comments.